What is your name, please?
My name is Virginia Tide.
My name is Virginia Tye. My name is Virginia Tye.
Open the envelope and follow along with this one, if you will, please, panel. I, Virginia Tye, underwent a unique experiment some 15 years ago. While in a hypnotic trance, I recreated intimate details of the life of a young girl who was born in County Cork, Ireland in 1798. Fantastic as it may seem, I felt that I had lived another life. I remembered my family in Ireland, the school I attended, the specific grocery store where I traded, and the prayer I used to recite before meals. I even was able to draw an accurate map of where I lived 150 years ago. And when I talked, I spoke with a genuine Irish brogue, using old-fashioned words no longer common today. When my experiences were written up in newspapers, there erupted a storm of controversy. People called the story a hoax. So an interested newspaper reporter decided to go to Ireland and check it out. He astounded the world by finding concrete evidence that corroborated dozens of details that I had outlined in my trance. You may remember my other name, Bridie Murphy. Signed, Virginia Tye. These three ladies all claim to be Virginia Tye. We'll start the cross-examination with Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you, Bud. Oh, I'm delighted to meet you. I've always wanted to meet you, whoever you are. Number 3, did this trance...
Oh, whoever you are. Excuse me.
Number 3, was the trance that you went into, was it induced on purpose to find out something like this, or did it just happen?
The first trance was accidental.
Accidental. And number 2, how did you happen to fall into this accidental first trance?
You mean other than hypnosis?
Yes.
Yes, well, it's a social contact, a man that we knew personally.
Ah, and it just happened?
Just happened.
And number 1, was that the time then that you began to go back to the 18th century?
No, this was later, but that was accidental.
The second time was
Yes.
accidental, too? Number 2, have you seen On a Clear Day, You Can See Forever?
Yes.
Do you believe this is correct?
It's very close to the book.
Thank you.
Tom Poston.
Thank you, Bud. Number 2, are you Irish? Do you know? I mean, by any chance?
A little tiny bit, and I claim this vehemently.
Right. Number 3, have you ever, just by chance, gone back to Ireland to see for yourself
Never.
the things that... Have you, number 1?
Never.
Haven't you any desire to, number 1?
Yes, I'd like very much to go to Ireland.
Thank you. Number 2, do you know what karma is? You ever heard of karma?
I've heard of it, but I couldn't...
You know what that is, number 3, just by chance? I mean,
No, I
it's
do
not a
not.
person's name, it's a sort of a thing or
I do not.
Number 1, have you been hypnotized in a similar way since this experience?
No, no.
Have you ever wanted, number 2, have you ever been hypnotized again?
No.
Well, number 3, have you?
Not since the book has been written.
I'm surprised that you wouldn't want to see what else you got back there.
Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3, where did you live? In what city in America did you live when all this took place?
Pueblo.
Thank you. And number 1, where in Cork did Bridie Murphy live? Cork is a county, so whereabouts in Cork?
Oh, I lived in the town, or outside the town in Cork, I'm told. In the meadows.
Oh, that was nice. Number 2, did you make records of Bridie Murphy?
There were some made, I understand.
And were they of your voice?
Yes.
Thank you. And number 3, who wrote the book? I mean, who put the book out, the story of Bridie Murphy?
Maury Bernstein.
Thank you. And number 1, could you tell me who Edgar Casey is?
Oh, not really. He had some medical experiments on record, and his son is now heading some research in this area. But that's down in Virginia Beach.
Thank you.
Orson Bean.
Yes, thank you. I could tell you the incredible case of the weird chicken of Putney, Vermont. It was an awful... Midnight. Used to come out and peck people. It was...
Number 3. Now, I'm fascinated by this thing. Number 1 said, I am told I lived outside. Now, would you put it that way, or do you know where you lived in Cork?
It came out in the trance that I lived in Great Meadows.
Oh, I see. In other words, when you came out of the trance, you retained no memory of this?
No memory whatsoever.
It was 2 complete different things, right?
That's right. You go deeply into the trance.
How extraordinary. Number 2, did you remember anything when you came out of the trance?
No, nothing.
Well, how do you know they weren't just putting you on? When you woke up, they said, oh, what you said.
I'd like to think they did.
That's it. Time for you now to mark your ballots. So go into your special trances and mark them now, if you will, please, without any, of course, consultation. And no changing once you've marked your vote. Vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Ballots are all marked. So, Tom, for whom did you vote?
I heard somebody in the audience say 3, but I'm going to disregard your advice. I'm going to vote for 1 because 2. All right, so you have your vote, I'll have mine. I think number 1 maybe would have known about Karma, and she did know about Edgar Casey, so she was like a sweet lady. I voted for her.
What is karma?
It's part of the living life over again of the reincarnation.
Peggy.
Well, I almost voted for 3 because I remember that the lady that was Bridie Murphy came from Colorado. But I've been to Cork about 4 times, and I don't know any town called Great Meadows, so I voted for 2.
You were only there 125 years ago.
I was there last year.
150 years ago.
Horsenby.
You were in the pubs. They have all
I was in the bog.
Well, I voted. I don't think that the lady would necessarily have to know what karma is. Karma, incidentally, means as you sow, thus shall you reap in the future. If you're a rat now, you'll be a mouse later or something. I voted for number 3, though, because it seemed to me that she was at ease more than the others, and I think that this lady got a lot of publicity and probably learned to live in the public eye. And,
I like your ectoplasmic 3.
yes, it's a little strange.
Kitty.
I voted for number 1 based on her answers, and I'm dying to know who it is.
Very well, the votes are all in, and mine's made up, so let's find out who it is. Which one, in truth, is Virginia Tighe? Will the real Virginia Tighe please stand up? Incidentally, for your information, a new edition of Maury Bernstein's book, The Search for Bridie Murphy, has just been published by Doubleday. Number 1, what is your real name and what do you
My
really
name
do?
is Martha Ferris. I'm a home economics consultant here in New York, and I predicted we would get 3 wrong votes.
Number 3, what is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Irene Mitchko. I'm a substitute school teacher in Boonton, New Jersey.
Checking the score, we find you were right. There were 3 wrong votes, and that means 3 times $250 for a total of $750, ladies. A fascinating story. We thank you for bringing it to us and hope you enjoyed it, too. Good night, and God bless you.